almost can't make D&D scandal videos fast enough these days. Shoot, I'm getting back from Gen Con at the beginning of August, and I hear how Wizards of the Coast is making content creators such as Jordan and Sly Flourish either take down or blur out massive portions of videos they made to help promote the new edition of D&D. That's right, Jordan was giving Wizards of the Coast free publicity, and he got a strike against his YouTube channel. That's a big deal. Sly Flourish was also giving Wizards of the Coast free publicity, and he had to blur much of one of his videos, turning a well-produced piece of content that he was proud of into something that he almost didn't even want to have up on his channel anymore. It's just nuts to me that you can have content creators busting their butts to essentially help WotC and give D&D airtime, and this is what they get. I bet it leaves a sour taste in a lot of their mouths, huh? And now we have the latest scandal where WotC had decided to not make some 2014 D&D content available on character sheets in D&D Beyond. So if you wanted to play a 2014 wizard, you would need to manually create homebrew material for 2014 spells and other options and add those to your character sheet. In other words, character sheets would only use some 2014 D&D material, but not all of it. And if you wanted to keep playing with 2014 material, you need to jump through lots of hoops, like lots of serious friction to make it happen. Sure, you could look up legacy content, as they call it in the compendium, but it would not be conveniently available from your character sheet unless you created homebrew content to replicate it. And that change is nuts. I mean, doesn't WotC know that one of the only reasons that people even pay for D&D Beyond is convenience? I mean, they should. Part of their own marketing efforts on their site exclaims that character creation is complicated and that D&D Beyond can help. Fortunately for them, they've engineered both the problem and the solution. Furthermore, WotC's desire to push this change through makes us beg the question, do any of the directors or executives who make decisions like this even play the game? Do any of them have D&D campaigns that have been going on for a few years? They're at level 17 or so, and they want to finish the campaign out with their 2014 D&D characters before they switch to the 2024 version? Do the shot callers realize that there are whole swaths of players that will probably never switch to 2024 D&D, and that there are others who are perfectly happy with 2014 D&D and may not switch for a few years? And when you decide to make changes like this to D&D Beyond, people are going to, and rightly so in my opinion, interpret it as WotC trying to shove the new edition down our throats, whether we like it or not. And that's going to ruffle feathers. And what's more, it's a move that flies in the face of their previous promise that 2014 D&D content, legacy content, will always remain available on D&D Beyond. Because if you can't get to it from the character sheet and need to go to the compendium, while it's technically still available, there's so much friction involved in actually using it that it might as well not be. Most D&D Beyond customers pay for convenience, not technicalities. And that leads us back to wondering if WotC's true desire was to push this change through in order to intentionally create friction for users and thus encourage them to just start using the new rules. Now, I don't know if that is true or not, but it sure does make one wonder, doesn't it? See, what I think is that there are a whole lot of amazing people at Wizards of the Coast busting their butts to make an amazing game that lots of people will probably love. But then you have some shot callers, executives, I'm guessing, that just keep on choking. And I suppose this is what happens when you hire people who don't play the game and aren't in touch with the community. Fortunately, there are folks who scoured changelogs and sounded the alarm, and then hordes of people raised the clamor and cried foul. So much so that Wizards of the Coast backpedaled and changed their course in under a week? Now, all 2014 character options, including magic items and spells, will be available from character sheets on D&D Beyond, according to what they have most recently said, at least. So that is a relief. And good on WotC for listening to community feedback and reversing course before this all blew up into another OGL-esque standoff. Which, by the way, is why I suspect they changed course so quickly. The fear of another similar crisis, followed by a slew of D&D Beyond cancellations. By the way, if you'd like to support the content I create and get loads of D&D and Pathfinder 2 material you can use in your games, adventures, monsters, maps, traps, puzzles, and more, you can become a DM Layer patron at the link below, or grab our products ad hoc on the DM Layer store. And if you'd like to learn how to run social adventures that minimize combat, check out this video right here. And until next time, happy game mastering.